Hello, this is my writer's profile interview. So we have some questions and I'm going to answer them. So here we go. Number one, what is your biggest takeaway from Writer's Workshop? My biggest takeaway would have to be learning that there's more to writing than just school papers. Because before I did Writer's Workshop, all school was just paper about history or paper about topic, like this topic that we assigned to you, and this and that and this. And I didn't really think that creative writing was like an option for schools, because in my old school we didn't have any creative writing. So it's really just nice to see that. I think that was my biggest takeaway, was to learn about creative writing opposed to just the run-of-the-mill thesis stuff. Like, there was some of that, but I liked how we got to explore more of the creative aspects of writing. So that was good. I liked that. I think that was my biggest takeaway. So, and I think that will help me. That'll just help me, like in general, like now knowing different genres and knowing what I can go into, or because I know I love memoirs now, so I think I'll go into that, and I think it'll just help me, continue my work. Okay, number two. What have you discovered about yourself as a writer this year? Well, I've discovered that I can actually write poetry, because before uh, we did our poetry unit, I really didn't like poetry because it kind of annoyed me a little bit. But now I kind of realize that poetry, well, at least for me, my poetry is basically just like my memoirs, where I just tell a story, but through poetry I can express myself in a different manner than I would memoir. And it's a nice change, really. Sometimes like I'll write a poem and then I'll incorporate it into a memoir, or I'll do the opposite, or I'll take a piece that I've written for a memoir and I'll change it into a poem. So I mean, it's cool because they kind of link together, cuz yeah. So, I think that's what I've discovered, is that I can actually write poetry. Number three, what have you worked on during notebook time that you would be interested in developing into a more polished piece? The only thing I've really worked on in my notebook time that I'm interested in, like, pursuing is during notebook time, sometimes I would write some stuff about my nanny, Meme, and I would write, like, topic ideas that I could write, like, a story about. And, I mean, I've begun writing more about her, so I'm going to continue. Like, I've got a lot of ideas, and I'm really interested, and it's just fun to write. Like, those are my favorite to write. So I do want to develop those. And number four, how have you used mentor text in your writing this year? And what role will mentor text play in your writing future? Um, Mentor texts were, I mean, they weren't the most helpful, but they did help me, because my biggest issue going into this is detail, and like incorporating detail into like works. So I think mentor text, excuse me, the mentor texts helped me more with like uh, just kind of understanding how to incorporate uh, description without really stating it, but like it is basically just to really be able to entice your reader so into the world. So I think that's what helped me. I mean, yeah, I think that's all that helped me. Okay, number five. What is your favorite writing workshop and why? My writer's workshop, excuse me, was probably the memoir unit. Even though the first memoir I wrote wasn't like the best, I took what I had from that and I incorporated it to my other good pieces. So I liked that. But no, it was just really fun for me to write. And I like writing about what really happened to me, rather than like more fantasy slash creative slash fiction. I like to write the truth. Alright. Did you enjoy writing? Did you enjoy writing writers? I think it should be writers workshop. Why or why not? I think for the most part I did enjoy it. The only, I mean, yeah, I think I did enjoy it. I think the only part that I might have not enjoyed was, I don't know. I'm one of those people who likes to write more than sit in class and talk about writing. So maybe I didn't always enjoy the mini lessons, but like the writing aspect, yeah, that was fun because we got to do different things than just school stuff. So yeah, I would say that I did enjoy it when I was mostly writing, and that was a lot. I don't know. It was just better for me because I'm a person who needs to get it to write it down and then kind of like learn from there. So that's just me though. So no, that's my writer's interview workshop thing. All right, bye.